Choosing a survivor perk can be pretty daunting when you are new to the game, and if you don't have anyone to kind of guide you where to go, it can be hard to choose a perk. With over 146 perks, there's definitely a lot to choose from, so I'm going to guide you on where I think you should start as a beginner, and these are all going to be free perks too, so you shouldn't have to spend any money to get any of these perks. And again, this is just my personal opinion. Do with it what you will, but these are the perks that I personally liked as a beginner and that I saw a lot of my beginner friends use as well. Starting off at number 10, we have We'll Make It, and this is a general perk available to all survivors at the beginning, so another great perk to start with too if you don't have a lot initially. So what it does is helping others heightens your morale. When you rescue a survivor from the hook, gain 100% speed increase while healing of others for 90 seconds. So if you find yourself healing a lot, going to get pick survivors off the hooks, or you're running a healing build, highly recommend this one as it's available to everyone and still a great perk whether you're a beginner or you've been at the game for a while. As you can see in this clip, I was not initially able to use We'll Make It right off the hook, but it does last for 90 seconds. So when the killer did slug the bill, I was able to go back over and quickly get him back up. The next perk we have is Kindred. This is going to be another base kit perk. What Kindred does, it unlocks potential in one's aura reading ability. While you're on the hook, all survivors' auras are revealed to all other survivors. If the killer is within a 16-meter range, the killer's aura is revealed to you and all other survivors. While a survivor other than you is on the hook, all other survivors' auras will be revealed to you. If the killer is within 16-meter range of the hook survivor, the killer's aura is revealed to you. So this one's good too as well. That way you can see if one of your other teammates is already heading towards the hook. That way you don't double up and go for the hook as well. So you can be more efficient, and it just makes it easier if this the killer is proxy camping or just camping the hook. Something to keep in mind here is that I am using Open-Handed, which is a ace perk. He is free to play as well for 2250 iridescent shards. I like to pair this with other aura perks like Kindred because of what it does. So it strengthens the potential of you and your team's aura reading abilities, increases aura reading ranges by 8, 12, or 16 meters at tier 3. Survivors may only be affected by one open-handed effect at a time. Because of this, as you can see, I'm able to see the killer's aura all the way at the top of the middle of the map here on this building, and then I'm able to make a play and try and rescue their survivor here because I can see what the other survivors are doing, and I basically have tabs on the killer at all times while someone is on a hook. The next perk we have on the list is Sprint Burst, and Sprint Burst is a Meg perk, and she is also base kit part of the game, so a good one to start with as well, another exhaustion perk. So what Sprint Burst does is, when you start running, gain 50% haste for a maximum of 3 seconds. Causes the exhausted status effect for 40 seconds. Sprint Burst cannot be used while exhausted. You do not recover from the exhausted status while running. Sprint Burst is often paired with perks like Fixated and Vigil. Fixated increases your walking speed, so oftentimes survivors will use that to navigate while they're trying to save their Sprint Burst. And Vigil helps decrease your exhaustion time. So again, getting that Sprint Burst up quicker. Quentin and Nancy both cost 500 Auric cells. Next perk we have is Resilience. This is a base kit perk, and I think this is a fantastic perk. I have it on all of my builds at the moment. So what Resilience does is you are motivated in dire situations. Grant 9% additional speed when repairing, sabotaging, healing, unhooking, vaulting, cleansing or blessing a totem, opening exit gates, and unlocking while injured. So basically every action that you're doing has 9% increased speed at tier 3. So this is a great perk. Works for in-chase, works for doing gens, especially if you can't find your teammates. Really good perk when you're injured. So in the first clip here, I get faster vaulting time, and the second one here, we have increased healing speed. The next perk we have is Ironwell. This is a Jake Park perk, and he is also base kit part of the game too, so you won't have to spend any iridescent shards to get him. It's another reason I think this is a great perk to start with. Iron Will, what it does is you're able to concentrate and enter a meditative-like state to numb some pain. Grunts of pain caused by injuries are reduced by 100%. Does not function while exhausted. Does not inflict exhausted. So this is a great perk too, especially when you're new and you might be hiding more as a strat. So it's a good way to evade the killer, especially if you're injured, because they can't hear you. I'm going to let the game sound here play for a second, and if you listen after I take the hit here, that Jake is not making any grunts of pain. Okay, the next perk we have is Bounce Landing. This is a Nia Carlson perk, and you do get her for free when the game starts, so this is a great one for beginners too. Your agility is incomparable. After falling from a height, cat-like reflexes reduce your stagger duration from falling by 75% and reduce the volume of grunts from falling by 100%. You gain 50% haste for a maximum of 3 seconds. Causes the exhausted status effect for 40 seconds. Bounce Landing cannot be used while exhausted. So something to keep in mind when you're falling from a great height, your survivor will stagger, or they'll kind of stumble per se. So it takes them a second to get running again after you fall from a great height. So I really think this is a good one to have as a beginner too, because a lot of times when you fall from those heights in chases, especially if you're not familiar with the maps, it can kind of put you in a bad spot because the killers don't stagger like survivors do. The next one we have on the list is Lithe. This is a Feng Min perk, and she costs 2250 iridescent shards or 125 auric cells. So technically you could get her for free. And what Lithe does is, after performing a rushed vault, you gain 50% haste for 3 seconds. Causes the exhausted status effect for 40 seconds. Lithe cannot be used while exhausted. So another great perk for beginners too. If you're trying to get away, even if you only hit that medium vault, you'll still get the haste after. You just can't slow vault. You can see in clip 1 that I still hit the medium vault and I got the speed boost for some distance, and really here in the second clip to make it to the next tile safely. Deja Vu is a general perk, which means you don't have to have any particular survivor to unlock it. You just have to go through the blood web until you can find it there. This is another reason I think this is a great starter perk, just because you don't have to have anyone to get it. And what it does is, the auras of 3 generators, which are in close proximity to one another, are relevant to you. Gain a 6% repair speed bonus on the revealed generators. And what this is good for too is it helps prevent 3-genning. And 3-genning is when a killer will either intentionally or not intentionally protect the 3 closest gens to each other. Because when you have 1 generator left to do, there will be 3 generators on the map. And sometimes it's very difficult to finish the last one if they're all in close proximity to one another. So you can see right when my game loads in, I can see the 3 generators that are closest to one another. And then again, when I start repairing one, you can see the increased repair speed. Now, the number 2 perk on the list is Bond. Bond is a Dwight Fairfield perk, and he is base game, so you should have him right off the bat. And what Bond does is it unlocks potential in one's aura reading ability. Allies' auras are revealed to you when they are within a 36-meter range. After this chase right here, I was able to quickly locate my teammate, which generator is on, with Bond. The last perk on the list is Windows of Opportunity, and I know this is a pretty controversial perk, but let's see what it does. So, Windows of Opportunity unlocks potential in one's aura reading ability. Auras of pallets, breakable walls, and vault locations are revealed to you within a 32-meter range at Tier 3. Now you see here when I load into this game, you can see all the vaults and pallets locations here on RPD. Super helpful if you're new and you don't know where anything is, where the pallets are and where the vault locations are until you learn the map. I personally used this perk when I was new, but I took it off after a couple of months and just ripped the band-aid off, and I was able to figure out where everything was without it. This is a highly controversial perk just because some people say you don't need it. Some people say to never use it because then you become handicapped with it. But personally, I think it's good to start out with. Shows you where everything is. It shows you all the pallets that people have already dropped, so you're not running into a dead zone. And you can use it to link tiles together. Thank you all so much for sticking around. Let me know in the comments if you like to use any of these perks, what your thoughts are on this list. And again, this is just my personal take on new beginner perks. This is just a personal preference, so take it with a grain of salt. But hopefully this helps if you are new to Dead by Daylight and just aren't sure where to get started. Any of these combos will work together, and I think all of these are fantastic perks that are fairly easy to obtain. Good luck in the fog, and remember to hit the like and subscribe for more.
If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more.